I had a 20-year career at two large wealth management firms, building financial plans, presenting investment portfolio reviews. Looking back, I feel like I was really fortunate to be able to work with a terrific mentor who actually pioneered financial planning at the firm. And I really think that's where my passion for planning began. My specialty in terms of planning lies in working with business owners, incorporated business owners, sole proprietors, and those who are looking to incorporate. I also work with retirees with investment holding companies when it comes to tax planning, cash flow planning, retirement planning, estate planning, insurance planning, etc. The entire focus is on advice and delivering it. And it's not just any kind of advice. It's holistic advice in the context of a client's financial plan, which I think is really what matters the most at the end of the day. There are a lot of rules of thumb out there in the industry, and I like to look at those too from time to time, but I think there can be a problem with relying on them in much the same way that, giving the wrong medicine to a patient can have an adverse reaction. Financial planning is really not a one-size-fits-all. And so that's what I love about, my role is I get to customize a financial plan that actually is workable and suitable to the client's situation. I think running a business, whether it's an incorporated professional or running some other business, is an entirely different skill set to actually managing your own finances. And so many newly incorporated business owners are quite surprised at how many moving parts there are to manage. They have questions like, what am I supposed to do with the money that I earn? How much should stay in the corporation? How much should be paid out? In what form should it be paid out? When should it be paid out? It can be pretty overwhelming. I can't imagine figuring that out unless you had a holistic plan, to be honest. So it's really great to be able to model the corporate assets, the personal assets, and then better understand how those mesh and integrate. It begins right at the very beginning with the introductory Zoom call. And I do like to engage with prospective clients over Zoom. It's a great opportunity to learn about their goals and objectives. The information is reviewed, and then we set up a pre-planning meeting, which I think is really critical because it's an opportunity not only to review the quantitative information, which you get off the paper, but qualitative, like the soft facts. And that's arguably just as important. And so when we go through that meeting, there might be certain assumptions that we tweak or change or decide to build on an additional scenario. And then from there, we have our planning meeting, which is typically 1 to 2 hours in length. There might be subsequent meetings to focus on other areas of financial planning, like investment planning, insurance planning, estate planning. Life rarely unfolds as we expect it to unfold. Unfortunately, there are wild cards and things that can't be anticipated. An inheritance comes into the mix and wildly changes all the numbers. Someone loses their job, someone changes job. There's an adult child in the mix that really needs a lot of help. And they'd like to, perhaps gift a down payment toward a home. How much can they afford? Well, we need to work that out. And so we need to relook at everything. And if you think of the financial planner as the financial quarterback, that's the person stepping back and overseeing all of the moving parts. They've got your entire financial picture. They know about your insurance. They know about your estate planning. They know not only about your investment portfolio, your assets, even with that particular investment advisor, but it's not uncommon for clients to have assets at several different firms. And so they have that knowledge. If it's an incorporated professional, they have that corporation's financial statement, previous year's financial statement, tax return. They know all about the notional balances within the corporation and what some ideal tax strategies would be. So the role of the planner is really quite different to the investment advisor, who's more specialized in the area of investment planning. They manage the client's portfolio. I don't do that. In the initial meeting, I can sense the difference because we're both starting from a place of there's trust there. Your objectives are my objectives, and that's massive. Clients realize we don't sell anything. We don't get paid referral fees. And so that's massive. Like, I don't care if a client pursues one investment strategy over another. It's not going to affect me in any way. I only care about encouraging the investment strategy or tax strategy that is best suited for the client. So I think with interests aligned, That's huge. So you're starting from a great place, and then every year as you continue working together, well, that trust just continues to grow and it solidifies as you see the client's objectives being fulfilled.